create accessibility, put in more schools so that you go to Bodi, there is a school there. Somebody will not have to travel from Bodi to attend school at, let me say, Joaboso. Because when that happens, there will be the need to put that person in a boarding house. You feed the person, you bring in all sorts of facilities. We are seeing that if we try to do that, we will collapse our schools. Currently, our basic schools, almost all mothers and fathers are sending their children to the rich schools, to the nice private schools in the country. But when it gets to our secondary schools, almost everybody prefers to attend government schools like the Infansprim, like the St. Augustine's and what have you. Meaning that we've been able to what? To set that record for our secondary schools. That is exactly what we want to do. We don't want to create that situation where parents will no longer want to attend our senior secondary schools, but rather we want to attend private secondary schools. We don't want to create that. So that is the answer to your question, to your first question. You say do we intend to do? Is that not the question? Oh, we are not socially. We are social democrats. I corrected you initially. We are social democrats. Before the world came, there was nothing like socialism. It was somebody's ideology that created it. So we are social democrats. Take it as such.
Hello. What I'm asking, my question is, since 2009, as social democrats, whatever you call yourself, what intervention policies have you put in place? That is what I'm asking.
Not on education. Oh, Master, we are jojoing. Don't get angry.
I'm not angry. What I'm saying is, since 2009, what intervention policies, as you claim to be social democrats, have you put in place that have inured to the benefit of Ghanaians? That is what I'm asking.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. You made me remember in Kumasi when I used to attend St. Joseph's Boys School. At that time, if you saw me at that time, you get worried. It was as if a bomb has been placed under my buttocks. You could see the buttocks, everything, because I didn't have a nice school uniform. This administration, the social intervention that it has put in place is that the poor people in society, we've provided them with free school uniforms. Almost everywhere you go, you see that. You are a testimony, you are my witnesses. Quite apart from the school uniforms, we've again provided free exercise books to school children. That one too is a clear-cut example that we've put in place so far as our educational sector is concerned. So I think that one, I've been able to address that. Quite apart from that, you look at less debt and what have you, all that are helping. So let me put that one aside and address the issue of road fund, road toll that we have increased. It's unfortunate that you are not aware. Your party, let me say your government, before they left power, they went to Senate and collected $85 million loan from Senate. Master, I'm addressing it. Don't do that. Your party, the MPP, before they left power, they went to Senate and collected $85 million. And using our road fund as collateral, meaning that if the NDC was not, if the MPP was not able to service that loan, Senate should tap their money from the road fund. So when we came, there was no any other alternative than to increase it so that we'll be able to service the Senate loan which you collected and you didn't pay and still do other works. So if you see the road toll increase, that is the reason why. Quite apart from that, you could see in Takoradi Metropolis, I won't even go to Kumasi. Let me use Takoradi Metropolis. My brother, if you bear with me, if you be sincere to the audience, even roads that were constructed under the PNDC era, they are still alive. But your roads, some you constructed in 2007, almost all of them have been washed away. A road that is ready to be washed away, there is no amount of maintenance that will be done there. Still, it will be washed away. A clear-cut example is where I stay, Lagos Town Road from Papanu to Lagos Town. When we came fresh, we started maintaining that road. You maintain here, the next day, the other part is washed away. So it is out of recklessness. You didn't construct good roads. As a result, shoddy work because people were taking kickbacks. So it's not our fault. But fortunately for you and I, most of these roads have been given on contract to be reconstructed. Like the Apramodo, let me call it, Apollo Junction to, how do we call this place? The, in Tankofo, that road, it has been given on contract. Okay, let me round that. It has been given on contract. The new Takoradi one has been given on contract. The Kokompe one that you constructed and it didn't last for 1 year, that one too has been given on contract. So you should be happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yunus Mohammed is the propaganda secretary of the ruling party, the NDC Western region. This gentleman also have a question for, I think, all the reps. But I think before he comes, I also have a question. With the exception of the CPP, none of the reps talked about their stand on the economic partnership agreement thing. So I believe when my good friend puts out his question, you two will all be able to tell us your stand on the economic partnership agreement.
Thank you very much, Chawi. My name is Kofi Annan from Good News FM. And my questions, I have two questions for all of you. One, most people say the best comes from the West, and yet the region is underdeveloped. What have you identified as the major factor contributing to the Western region's inability to develop, in spite of all the natural resources that the region have? And how are you going to remedize the situation? What has been the major factor contributing to the region's underdeveloped, in spite of all the natural resources the region produces, and how are you going to remedize the situation if given the mandate? And two, are you ready to show commitment to ensure peaceful election 2012 by pledging to accept the result, whether win or lose? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Gentlemen, you all have 1 minute to answer these questions.
Thank you. Sorry. I think that, there's something Ghanaians must realize. And before I answer your question, I want us to understand something. This country is not about two political parties. We must make note of that. This country is about people. Now, Ghana is in the situation it is right now because we have had successive failed leadership, period. You asked about Western region having a vast load of riches. It is poorly managed. These people, when they come, they only seek their parochial interests. And it's sad because the people who give them the mandate, when they come to power, they don't serve them. It's that simple. The state of our roads, it's in shambles. You know why? Because when they come to power, they forget. Now, Ghana needs a national agenda. We need leaders who have strong political will, who are selfless and always willing and ready to serve. That is the only way we can have a Ghana that can claim to be a middle income class. That can be a middle income country in the next few years. Now we talk about peace. We can say all we want about peace, but we need to be ambassadors of peace. We have to live it, we have to preach it, we have to be about it. That is the only way we can all foster peaceful relations in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maxwell Ahinkra, representing the PPP. The next rep. I think, Mr. Maxwell, you did not answer that. And then also with my EPA.
Listen, if we talk about free transparent and fair elections, we must all be willing to accept it, irrespective of what it is. Thank you.
And how about my EPA? Economic Partnership Agreement. What is your party stand on that?
Well, I think that it is imperative. We as a country cannot stand on our own. We need others to work with us. So, like I said earlier, if you have good leaders who are always willing to work for the natural good of the people, why not? I do agree.
Have we really looked at the consequences?
I think we should.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think your question about Western region having most of the natural resources, but we not benefiting much from it. Ghana is a unitary state. The resources that we have is for the entire country. What we should emphasize on as Westerners is that development projects are distributed equitably so that we have our fair share. But what we see is that when some parties come to power, even though they get most of the votes from the region, they don't do anything for the region. Secondly, Takoradi, where we live, is a very good example. We know the party that has been winning. We know they've been around for 8 years, and what happened? Now that we are in as NDC, we've given out contracts for most of the roads. Kokompe Road is on contract. IAG Road, Energy to Apollo is on contract, and a lot others. If this continues, every party comes and does 8 bids, then we will not be crying as we are doing now. So we as a party, we want to distribute the development projects equitably. We will not say that because Upper West has nothing, so they should not have road at all. That is our stand on it. And we were left a legacy of peace. The former president, His Excellency Professor John Evans Atamers, you all call him Asumdrehin. He has brought a semblance of peace into NDC. And we have gone through this process. We've lost election before. Even when Jake Obichebilante declared the election when he's supposed not to have, he took the mandate of the Electoral Commission and declared the election. We still accepted the result and allowed Ghana to go on. But when you look at the utterances of some people that if we don't win, Ghana will turn into Afghanistan and other things, that is, we should watch the way we talk. And we should know that it's God who makes kings. Ghana, we've gone through this election 5 times, and we are going the 6th time. We are the icon of the world. We should maintain this reputation. And we as NDC, the president has said it a lot of times. When he went for the IAA forum, he said it, that he's prepared to accept the outcome of the election. This is not the first time that we've accepted the outcome of an election, and we pledge that we'll do same. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. You heard Musa Adambo, Deputy Secretary, Regional Secretary of the National Democratic Congress. The next representative, I believe, will be Emmanuel Akwa from the NPP. My EPA, please don't forget.
Well, thank you very much. First and foremost, let me say that the NPP is committed to peace in this year's election, and we will accept the verdict. We have lived it and we have practiced it. In 1993, when it was so clear that the verdict of the people had been stolen, we didn't get to the streets or go and hide in the bush and attack. We did the noble thing by chronicling all the problems